Hi, my name is Tracy Falconer, and I'm an Assistant Director of the Office of International Education. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about my office and what we do. We are located in the Ocking Seminar Center, which is just next to Discovery Hall. And inside our offices, we work with international students from the point they apply for admission all the way through to graduation and helping them post-graduation if they decide to work in the US. So we have a lot of staff here that help with a lot of things. We've got Francella, who does all of our international admissions. Myself, what I take care of is all of our student services programming. We have some programs that help students be academically successful. We advise some student groups. We plan and put together our new international student orientation. We have a mentoring program for our first semester students. And there are just a lot of individual advising that we do as well, related to immigration and students' documents and visas. We advise on adapting to the US culture, learning how to live with roommates, all sorts of things, again, that we handle on an individual basis as well. So along with admissions and student services, we also take care of a lot of different things that could come up in an international student's life. Like, for example, if there's an emergency at home and they need to leave quickly, we're going to help navigate that. We're going to help them understand what they need to do for their classes, help them communicate with teachers. If there's medical emergencies, we were going to jump in and we're going to help with that as well. So, even though those are some of the more challenging things, we're glad that we're here, then we can help students with that. So I really enjoy the job because we get to know our students well. I love seeing them from the moment they arrive on campus and watch them move through their program, graduate, and then sometimes work in the US, sometimes go back home to work there. But it's a great job. We love working with international students, and we hope that you come out to visit us in Ocking sometime in the near future.
All these times I have been depending on my family at a certain aspect, but when I first began to live my life here at the residence hall, I have realized that my life of real independence has begun, especially my home country being at least 12 hours away by air and only knowing few people here. Also, all my roommates were American, and despite me learning how to communicate with English beforehand, I still struggle with trying to understand the slangs and idioms they use. The biggest cultural difference I have learned when I lived in the US was the different direction of the traffic flow. For example, in Japan, the traffic flows on the left side, but the car driver sits on the right seat. Whereas in the US, the left and right is opposite. The car driver sits on the left side and the traffic flows on the right side. So when I first got behind the wheel here while holding a learner's permit, it took me some time to understand this concept.
It was nervous, kind of scary, because it was my first time to be living alone without my family, but our worries were gone in a week because I lived in CW and we had RAs for each floor, and they always trying to help me out when I had issues. And also they made me to be part of social in the dorm, and we could enjoy watching football together, and we could prepare some parties for Valentine and Halloween. So that is why I was able to make new friends and I could feel more comfortable. And I think the biggest cultural differences is that most people in Korea leaves their parents. And even if they have a job and even if they are a college student, but here in America, many people leave without their family. Because that is why they are pretty independent. And one of my friends, he is from here and he could fix his car himself. And I never thought about I was able to fix my car. And also the atmosphere of classroom was so comfortable, and we could speak out anything in the classroom and discuss each other easily. And I could ask a lot of questions to my professor without any hesitation.